ladynoble365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future. You or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Okay, so keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So let's have an empty cup so we can really see what's up. Okay, the card I have today is Don't Grow Older, Grow Better at Living. Witches get better with age. Okay, don't grow older, grow better at living. Witches get better with age. So this card here is clearly depicting to not allow, not allow, I'll say collective for us to work on not allowing things and situations to stress us or overwhelm us. It's a lot of this coming through with the readings, and it's like I'm thinking I'm going to do something else, but you try telling God what you're going to do and see what happens. But it looks like basically the messages of inspiration needs to be conveyed repetitively at this time. There are a lot of people who could be having different feelings and emotions about what's taking place in their life, whether this is financial, whether this is some kind of hardship, emotionally, spiritually, any kind of imbalance or energy of dis-ease. Spirit wants it conveyed to not allow the different circumstances that you may hear about or experience in life to overwhelm you. Not to ignore, not to be oblivious, but simply not allow these things to add wrinkles to you. Okay. Wrinkles are beautiful. We all are beautiful. That's just a little side joke there. Don't let everything, overwhelm you to the point where you're exhausted or you're always in a bad mood or you're always frowning. Trust and believe joy cometh in the morning. Nothing lasts forever. If it's something bothering you that you may say, well, look, this is getting on my nerves and I've just had it. Well, Spirit is saying, hang tight. Changes are always happening and joy will come within the morning for you. So don't allow things to overwhelm you. Now, I just did another read and I'm sounding like, Spirit wants this. Spirit, the divine wants this message of upliftment and motivation to be reiterated. There's so much darkness going on. There are so many people who may be feeling like they are experiencing some kind of unexpected event. And Spirit is saying that it really nothing has occurred. This is a lot of chatter and talk that could be going on in the media, as I said in the previous read, conversations people have, you could be someone, you could be like, look, I'm trying to get away from hearing all that bull, but everywhere I turn, someone's complaining or someone's talking about this and that, Spirit is saying, though, to not allow these things to emotionally have you so engaged that you forget about living. There's a strong energy here uh, to not be fooled. Do not allow different circumstances of planet Earth to make you feel like it's not possible for you to reach your goals. You could be someone in school and you're almost there or finishing to get your degree and complete the program, but because you're hearing so much negativity, it could be impacting your ability to study, different things like that. Okay. And be mindful of the conversations you have as well around children. Children, they absorb things, doesn't matter what their age is or are. Spirit is saying be mindful of having these conversations about things you are worried about. This could be anything inside or outside the home around children so much, because even though they're small children or they're your child, and just because they haven't expressed to you, mom or dad, I'm worried or concerned, it could alarm them. I'm picking up there is someone who could be a parental figure, and your child could be becoming overwhelmed and kind of worried. And we don't want the children worrying about anything. You want the children to be a child, go to school, enjoy life. So that's just for somebody. Be mindful of having these conversations repetitively, like every day or every time that best friend come over, they want to talk about what's going on the television. Change the subject, turn on some music, play some cards, watch a movie, paint your toenails. I don't know, give yourself a facial. Spirit is saying do something different. There's a need to redirect the energy and not allow what's going on in the world to saturate your home and your personal life to the point where you forget about having fun and all the things there are to be grateful for. Yes, with the Eight of Pentacles, there are a lot of people working hard. We all work hard, on a daily, to live, to survive, to take care of our families, to conquer our goals and dreams. Everyone is working hard. Okay. So, as hard as you have been working, do not allow the circumstances to make you stressed out and overwhelmed. Do not allow it to make you grow older, with wisdom. Don't grow older, grow better with living. Okay, that's what spirit is saying. Find different ways, techniques, and skills for you to partake in to assist you with keeping your stress levels low, with recalibrating your energy, with cleansing your energy, and just being mindful as well about what you are absorbing, what you are consuming, what you're watching on TV, what kind of music you're listening to, and also what kind of conversations you are engaging in. But it's coming up strong. There's someone who's a parental figure, and they're constantly either complaining about prices or something, and the children are constantly hearing it, and it's affecting the children. It could be affecting their nervous system. Yeah, and no, they're not going to say this to you. They're small children. They don't know what's going on. And, it's out of their control. They're the little people. You're the mom or dad. You're the authority figure. They're not going to say anything to you. But be mindful. Those grown-up conversations, just change the subject sometime. If you've got that friend that always just say, hey, let's change the subject. Not today. Not today. Just tell her, not today, friend. Find a movie or something, friend. What's the next hairstyle you're gonna get, friend? Whatever. Oh, you like this new nail polish? Talk about something else. Okay, redirect the energy. Okay, and so we have the Six of Wands here. This is the energy of celebrating and success and being celebrated and being honored. And so, Spirit does not want you to forget about living the life, your hopes, your dreams, your goals, your wishes. At this time, this is a time, Spirit is saying, you have to remain strong. You have to remain grounded. You have to remain 10 toes down. You have to keep that energy. As they say, keep that same energy, keep it popping and non-stopping. And do not let these things around you, outside of you, affect you or make you give up. Okay. Because the ego wants you to search for a reason to give up. Give up on getting that degree, give up on starting that business, give up on, maybe planning that wedding or buying that house, or give up on getting that vehicle you want, or going to that vacation spot, or starting that project, or starting that podcast, or, the ego will talk you into it, and support you on it. And you be like, oh, well, I guess this is what I should do, and that's just your shadow side just lurking. Just like, oh, okay, you still want the old you. Oh, we just when we thought you were about to progress, okay, you're back to the old you. Okay. Oh, okay, because your ego will support you. Okay. All right. And so we have the Three of Swords here. And so, yes, do not break your own heart by feeding the fears. When life presents a curveball, do not break your own heart by feeding the fears. Okay? Rise above the occasion, collective. Rise above. There's so much that you have endured. Look at all these cups that are spilled. These cups that are turned sideways are cups that things and situations you have overcame, battles, people maybe being deceitful towards you, lots of betrayal, maybe unhealthy relationships, connections. And there's another cup in your hand, and you're emptying that one out. You've worked so hard to walk away. That's what the Eight of Cups represents. You walking away from what no longer serves you. So that means I'm speaking to someone who is working on progress in their life in any area, any area. It does not have to be anything that I named. It could be you working on stop cussing so much. Maybe you say, you know what, I curse so much. I'm going to work on my language. It could be something as small as that. But whoever you are, whatever you're working on, you've worked so hard. And to me, those are a lot of cups to be in the water. You are surrendering what no longer serves you. Anything that has had you emotionally binded or bonded, you are no longer letting these things stop you or block you from being successful. Okay. So continue to keep the same energy. Okay. Do not let, there's a strong presence here. This is similar to the read I just did. I can't stop saying it. I should name this part too, because there's a strong energy that is trying to deter some people from moving forward. This got to be part two. It's trying to deter the collective from moving forward. There's something you're working on and you're almost there, or you're in the midst of building something that's going to make you very financially successful, wealthy, world renowned, hood renowned. Hey, family renowned. You may be the first in your family to reach a certain tax bracket. You may be the first in your family to do some kind of skill or trade. But there's an energy that is present. Yeah, I got to name this part too. That is trying to fool you, trying to trick you. So little things will pop up. I was just speaking about another read, imagine like a toy that you bought, maybe your kid, or you bought your dog or your cat, and all of a sudden on a day where you're just not in the mood, the dog or the cat want to play with this toy and it's making noise. And before you know it, you're snapping. You stop playing with that toy. Little distractions. It's like an energy of little distractions trying to disturb you, distract you, make you angry, get you upset, make you feel like you're not worthy or you can't do something. It's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real, collective. And so Spirit is saying to be strong and stay 10 toes down. Don't allow these things to stress you, overwhelm you, or make you age too soon or before your time, or add any wrinkles to you that you didn't ask for. Be mindful, because this energy is fake. It's like a test. It's like a test. Do they really want it? Nah, they don't want it. Let me see if they really want it. Don't allow a nuisance, like anything that would be nagging at you. It's like a bumblebee or a fly in your ear, not touching you, but just zzz. And every time you wave your hand, you miss the fly or the bee, and then it come back. Zzz, zzz. That kind of noise, just annoying. Do not be fooled. Don't let nobody trick you out of your spots. Don't let nobody trick you. Whatever your plans or goals is, because it's not real. It is an illusion. It is not real. This could be a person who's annoying. It's not real. It's just to test you. And if you want to, you can transmute that energy into something positive. Like, okay, well, every time the cat or dog play with that toy, that means good luck. Like really transmute it. You can change that into something positive for yourself. Because trust and believe, you will be tested in life. And, because we're here to learn, we're here to grow. So there will be moments where you will be challenged, or you'll be put in situations to see how strong you are, to see how bad you really want it. Are you serious? Are you sincere? Are you someone who will be consistent with what you are asking for? It's preparation for the blessing. That's what this is. This nagging energy is preparation for the blessing. So Spirit is just saying to be mindful of that. Okay? Be mindful of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Preparation before the blessing. Preparation before the blessing. It's like warrior training so that you'll be equipped to deal with different kinds of circumstances, adapt to different kinds of personalities, different people. You could have a job also where you work with the public and you deal with different personalities. Maybe you're a counselor. You could be a physician, a therapist, excuse me, confirmation with the belch, a therapist, a psychiatrist. You do something, you work with people, maybe you're a hairstylist, maybe you're a barber, a nail tech. You do something where you work with a lot of different varieties. You could be a school teacher. You could be an administrator. Maybe you're a principal of a school or something. But you deal with a lot of different personalities. Okay? A lot of different energies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the high priestess is here letting you know that you're well equipped. It's time for you to tap into those innate abilities that you have. Do not let anything get you upset or take you out of character. Remain calm. Stop, pause, and breathe. There is no one or nothing worth confrontation, worth stealing your joy, worth you having a headache, worth you being frustrated, worth you maybe somebody calling the authorities on you, or all kind of shenanigans that people pull. There is nothing worth you risking what you have been working for. You've earned your rite of passage to be here. And there's an energy present that wants to make you feel like you have not endured enough. And you know darn well you have endured enough. You've experienced enough heartache and pain. You've put in the work. You've showed up for yourself. And this is your time to shine. This is your time to be abundant. This is your season to win. Okay, but there's an energy that wants to trick you, wants you to give up and be disturbed and upset and sad and miserable. So keep that in mind. Don't let anybody trick you out of your spot. Okay, now they're saying something about keep your peaceful nature about you. With the Seven of Wands here, keep your peaceful nature. Okay, the Seven of Wands, this person, the spear around her head. You see she's walking, then you see her head is turned to the side. And then there's wands behind this person here. Yeah. So when people try to poke and pry for you to keep walking, yes, you see them, but keep moving forward. They want your attention focused on forward action and movement. Doesn't mean you have to pretend, but don't feed into it. Don't engage. Okay? You are protected. Okay? With the spear bubble over the crown there. Okay? Yep. Energy goes where the mind flows. Okay? Keep your energy positive. Stay in prayer. Stay in meditation. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. You've had your days of people possibly calling you a fool or saying what you're doing or what you're involved in, it doesn't make sense. Maybe people mocking you, calling you weird, criticizing, okay, condemning you. You've had your days and moments of this and you've surrendered that. That's that Eight of Cups. You've left that all behind. With the spear over the crown again, you're protected. This is the second card. You're protected. You're protected. This is a time to rely more on the spiritual than the physical. Even if you feel like, well, I wasn't raised in church or, I don't know what that, you know what? You can always connect with source. You can always connect with God. You can always connect with the divine. You can always connect with your ancestors. You do not need any in-between person for you to have a spiritual connection. Yeah, I said it. Somebody needs to say it. There are people who can assist you, but you do not need an in-between person. And there's no time like the present. No one can tell you that you're not loved. No one can tell you that you can't pray. No one can tell you that you can't meditate. No one can tell you that you can't go into spiritual counsel with the divine by yourself. No one can tell you that. And if they did, it doesn't mean that it's true. That's for someone who needs to hear that. Yeah, this energy is very concerned about you tapping into your star power. They want you to be focused on other things outside of your untapped potential, on other things outside of your innate abilities, things you were born with. I've been picking up a lot of writing energy, somebody that does writing. Or you are writing a book. Maybe you're writing something and you're keeping it to yourself. You plan on publishing it, but you're keeping it to yourself. Or maybe you journal. You could be someone who journals. Maybe that's healthy for you. So that's something that you do because it helps you. Beautiful. Beautiful. You know, sad to say that, but it's true that we live in a world where there are some, not all people, but there are some people who just don't want to see people happy. And I'm picking up, there's someone who wants you to give up and be fooled and think that this 10 of cups and this high priestess energy and this star energy is not you, it's not who you are. And it's far from the truth. You know, there's an energy present that doesn't want you to like know who you are or tap into these abilities here. The high priestess, the 10 and the star. Someone is very concerned. Someone is very concerned. You've already put in the work. You've done the work through the years over time. And it looks like these feelings, you know, they were hoping, this person, this energy, they were hoping that the next time they saw you or heard from you, that you be in this 3 of swords. But it looks like you are improving. And that's why this energy is coming through so strong, collective, that someone, there's an energy present, this could be a person or people, is concerned about you tapping into these abilities here. The high priestess, the 10, and the star. I had to repeat it. They're very concerned. And they're concerned because they thought you would always be where they last saw you. And that's sad that angers somebody. That should not anger anyone. They should be glad. Like, I'm so glad that you ain't in the 3 of swords. I'm so glad to see you stand up. And no, they want you to sit down. They want you to shh. Don't go showing your talents and your gifts. And don't be confident. Oh, the collective think they all that now. You have to be confident. It takes confidence to live every day. It takes confidence to wake up and get out of your bed and show up for work and show up for your children. It takes confidence to thrive in daily life. There's nothing wrong with being confident. And sometimes you need to be overly confident. That's for somebody who need to hear that. We have the Hierophant. But God. But God said. So you're on a mission. You're working with the divine and you're in your purpose and you're on a mission. And it is not your fault that you are tapping into your star qualities and abilities that it bothers someone. You have nothing to do with that. This has nothing to do, you know, the star energy. This is your energy. But if this makes someone mad around you or jealous or angry, because you're not down on your luck and you've decided to do some healing and standing up for yourself, well, that's really too bad. And you don't have to apologize for that. So don't choose to dim your light or stop being who you are. If there is someone that you socialize with, and you feel like every time they come around, you have to change and not be yourself, well, that is someone who's not on your vibe. So make sure you're vibing with your tribe, nothing less than the best. There's no reason to dim your light. You've been there, done that in the past, and that's gone. Where you stayed lurking in the shadows, where you stayed watching everybody else achieve their dreams and become successful. You've been there and you've done that. You're planting your own seeds now, and they're coming into fruition. So why should you turn down for what? Why should you not be you? Why should you not be celebrated? Why should you not look handsome or beautiful or smell good or go pamper yourself or treat yourself to something nice or drive the finest or live in the best or eat the best? Why shouldn't you? Don't apologize for being great. Don't you apologize for being great. And it's okay to be picky. It's okay to be choicy. It's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to have limits. Even though you are a limitless being, it's okay for you to have boundaries and limits and make a choice. And you can say no, or you can say yes, or you can say no. And it doesn't matter if they're not okay with your no. Oh, well, your Care Bear season is gone. You're not here to make sure that everyone outside of you and around you is comfortable. You're here to make sure that you live your best life and walk in your purpose wholeheartedly, unapologetically. Don't change who you are, collective, for nobody. You don't want to rub it in their face. You ain't rubbing it in their face. Tell them to get out of your face. But you can't turn the star. The star is not about to drop down. No. No, 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 no. No, no, no. That's why you have to vibe with your tribe. You have to vibe with your tribe. You will be nowhere if you live a life apologizing for being great. If you keep asking permission, should you do, you will be nowhere if you wait on people to approve your life. You will be nowhere. You'll be Five of Pentacles. Oh, I wish I sure would have did that. I wonder where I would be right now. If I hadn't have been a Care Bear, I wonder where would I be right now if I hadn't have dimmed my light for so-and-so. They didn't like that I was going to, I don't know, uh, you know, mm-mm. These are people who are in conflict with themselves. They feel stuck. You're not stuck. They feel stuck. That has nothing to do with you. You know, there are times where we have to get out of the way. We have to let people learn and grow on their own. It's not about being cold and malicious, but you cannot always be an enabler. You cannot not always give a person a crutch to lean on. They'll never grow and blossom on their own if you don't allow them to drop their own seed in the soil and watch it grow. They need to water it, fertilize it, and drop it in the soil on their own. You've done your part. Allow those around you to do their own part. Okay? You don't owe anyone anything, and you don't have to have survivor's remorse. Ooh, this reading is turning. Don't let these people stretch you. Stretch you. Okay, I said stretch you. Yeah, don't let them stretch you or stress you. As I'm looking at the Eight of Wands, look at she's stretching. Don't let them stretch you or stress you. That's right. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Someone is heavily concerned. Protect your peace. Protect what you are building. Keep your business to yourself. Your romance, your finances, and your romantic life, your finances, and your next move. Tell nobody. Tell nobody. Talk to God and talk to nobody. You know, there's a lot of things. You can have conversations with people, but you need to talk about everything but your business. You can talk about clothes, food, where you want to travel, your favorite movies. There's a lot of things to talk about. The weather, plants, but you don't have to talk about your business. You don't. A lot of people deal with people under conditions. A lot of connections and relationships are only functioning because they are under certain conditions. They are under certain circumstances. The relationship is conditional. The relationship has circumstantial reasons of why they even are interacting with that person. And to each his own, people have free will. People can do whatever they please. So it's wonderful to have friends and family that are healthy for you to be around. Some have it, some don't. But Spirit is saying, those who you see saying they got a lot of this, a lot of, no, some of these people think they have a lot of friends and they don't know. They don't know. Some are aware, but there are some who just don't know that that connection is circumstantial. If I'm saying that right? It's under a certain condition. It's like having a good example of that is like having a drinking buddy. Maybe if you didn't drink, you probably would all of a sudden get bored with each other. I'm just using that as an example. If you don't have nothing in common or a reasoning for linking up and bonding with each other, circumstances. It's just like a situationship. That where you just interact with each other for the physical, for a sexual encounter. Yeah. So don't be so hard on yourself. Don't compare yourself. Don't compare your life. Don't compare your path, what you have going on, your experiences. To watch something work out for someone else, cool. If you have an experience that don't work out, cool. Figure out what you need to learn from that. Move on. The Six of Swords is about a calmer, smoother situation. Standing in the sun, having fun. Living your best life. But those swords are there. It's like a memorabilia. Are they're like souvenirs of all you have overcome. Like, yeah, I've been through it, but look how strong I was. I overcame each and every last event. And I know that I'm okay. It's okay. Never give up on you. Never give up on you. And moving forward, you also learn to fight differently. It doesn't have to be a verbal altercation. It doesn't have to be a physical confrontation. It doesn't have to be crashing out on social media. As you move forward and you gain the wisdom, you apply the knowledge, it will turn into wisdom. And you'll learn to fight smarter, not harder. And so with the Knight of Swords, this energy here, this is you recognizing that, you are on a new timeline. You are at a different point in your life. You are not who you used to be. And just because there may be people around you or who observe you who may not be in agreement with it, that it is still okay. It is still okay. You are loved, you are supported, and you are protected. So continue to rise to the occasion because you are supported in this process. There are no coincidences, just confirmation. When people have opportunities that meet them in the middle, that meet them at their doorstep, it's not, just happening to happen. There's a reason behind that. There's some kind of momentum or some kind of works that has been applied over time for that opportunity to present itself. In many ways. In many ways. These people may be suffering. They may be in a season of suffering. But once again, that has nothing to do with you. That's that Nine of Swords. That has nothing to do with you. Like I said, it's okay to look great, be great, feel good, wear the best, smell good. Because I'm picking up energy of someone who likes to dress. You like to look nice. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to not wear your clothes because you're going over so and so house and I don't want to be too polished and dressed up because I'm no, no, no. You're gonna be with your vibe. You're gonna deal with your vibe and your tribe where you don't have to turn down your light. And if you want to put those clothes on or those shoes on, you're gonna put it on. That's what we're not going to do is not be who we are because of what somebody else don't have going on. If they feel that you're showing off because you're choosing self-love, which is making yourself look good and smell good. Number one, soap and water is my best friend. Soap and water is the best thing a person could get himself. On top of good hygiene and looking good, what's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? There is nothing wrong with feeling good and looking nice, male or female. You could be a guy who like to put that thing on and you look nice and you feel good. You don't have to bum out or dress down. You may be someone who likes to wear dress clothes, like dress up every day. You may be the one in the friend group, who maybe your friends probably tease on it. Man, why you wearing dress pants? We going to hoop. I got my gym shoes in the bag. You got man, what who wears slacks and dress shoes? I'm going somewhere after we leave here. Don't worry about it. That kind of energy. Be you. I had to use that for an example. So there's a guy or something, you like to dress up and look nice. You like to put a button up on and smell good. You don't want to wear the saggy jeans. You don't want to, show your underoos. And you like wearing belts. You put your pants around your waist, and that's your business. You might want to put a blazer on. Nobody should have a problem with that. Nobody should have a problem with that. Okay. And once again, the divine is confirming for you to keep believing in yourself and do not allow the ways of the world to trouble you, collective. We are all here in this world, living our lives, doing the best we can. Just trust and believe and expect a positive outcome. Remain optimistic about your present as well as your future, because there's a lot of wonderful things that awaits us all. Later.